On today's show, we're lucky to have Catherine Wines, one of the founders of Worldremit, an online money transfer service. For those of you who don't know about Worldremit, it was founded in 2010 as an online alternative for existing offline money transfer services. Believing that there was a better way to send money internationally, it began as a small startup, but today has been named as one of the fastest growing technology companies in the UK, with millions of transactions being sent each year to over 140 countries and growing. So Catherine, you started your business in 2010, sending money to a handful of countries. Today, your service is available in 50 send countries and 140 receive countries. That is some growth.
Yes, it is. Sometimes I even think I can hardly believe it, but it was the right concept, and I think I'm one of those persons who believe that we started at the right time and the right place, and therefore it was the right idea as well, and we made it. So yeah,
that's amazing. When you started, you were a tiny business, taking on some of the world's biggest banks and money transfer services in the world. Why did you think there was a better way to send money using Worldremit?
I think it was just, there was a need, and often we compared ourselves to maybe the travel business. A few years ago, if you wanted to buy an air ticket, you would go to a travel agent and wait and queue and wait for the car to get the ticket in your hand. And then the business moved online, and there was no reason why remittance could not move online in the same way.
In your business, you used technology to change the way that money transfers were made. But you also can change consumer behaviour. Was that always your vision?
Yes, I think it was about answering a need, and as I said earlier, we wanted to make sure people were able to send quickly and cheaply and very conveniently, and that was what it was. And it was about embracing technology, which was coming at the time, to be able to enable people to do that.
In those early years, there must have been some make or break moments. What was it in these moments that kept you determined and positive to succeed?
Well, both Ismail and myself are very passionate people. We really believe in what we were doing. We're very passionate about the business. In the early days as well, we talked to customers a lot more than we do now, but we still do. And hearing their stories sometimes was very humbling, and therefore, it helped us to be positive and continue to grow the business.
Worldremit has secured 200 million from investors who also backed the likes of Facebook and Spotify. What advice would you give to someone who's also looking for investors?
Well, starting a business is about finding a solution to a problem, but you've got to find, a solution which can be scalable. The type of investors we have will be looking at something which can be scaled, globally, potentially. Doesn't mean that you can't get smaller investors for maybe a smaller idea which is not as scalable. It's about the idea and prove it, and maybe you need to work hard at the beginning to prove it, and then to say, look, it works, so now can you invest in me and believe me?
Worldremit is now connected to 117 million mobile money accounts. What is it about mobile money in particular that seems to be so popular with Worldremit customers?
Well, it works well with our model. Don't forget, most of our customers on the send side use a mobile to send their transaction. So it's kind of a logical way to send and to kind of send to your recipient. It's for them to receive, to a mobile as well, because again, it's the convenience, the speed, and it's using the technology to resolve a problem.
Many of your customers connect diaspora with fast-growing developing countries. How do you think money transfers can help aspiring entrepreneurs in developing countries to get ahead?
Well, if you think about, remittances account for, more than 3 times overseas aid. And that's why, people send money back to their families to help them grow, develop. The remittance account for, a large part of the economy, the GDP of many countries. And that's how to help, people to develop their own business. And, mobile money has been one of those as well, because you send money to a mobile, you have a record. It's not like cash, you have a record of the funds, and companies have been able to develop and offer microloan, because it's like receiving a salary in a way. So when you ask for a loan here, they want to see what your income is, and you can do that as well with remittances. So you say, well, I get regular income, therefore lend me some money to start my business.
That's a great point. We've spoken to many people that are now using Worldremit to run their own businesses. That must give you so much satisfaction.
Well, you know, WellRemit's mission is about connecting people and helping people, and therefore that's, you know, yes, it is what we want, and to help people is, and as I said, with the business, the remittance has been a way to come, you know, for family to support, you know, their friends and family overseas to be able to do that and help develop the economy in their own country.
Catherine, in the 21st century, it's great to see another leading female entrepreneur in tech. Is there any advice that you would give to someone who's pursuing a career in technology?
Well, you know, the world has changed. You know, the glass ceiling is moving away. It's still there to some extent, but I think, you know, it's about believing in yourself, whether you're a man or female, but it's about believing in yourself and kind of thinking that you can do it, and that's very important. And it's about, you know, kind of searching for, when you are trying to do something, looking for help. And, you know, there's a lot of help around, whether it's female help or having mentors, you know, so it's very important to identify a mentor very early on who will help you, you know, when you're down and they come to try to bring you up, or to come just get advice, or to use as a sounding board. So that's very important.
Can a service like Worldremit be an agent of change for aspiring female entrepreneurs?
Yes, I think it does, and I certainly feel that, you know, the service we provide via, for example, the mobile money has certainly helped women to be more included financially and to become much more independent. You know, we've seen the pattern change over the years when remittance were often sent to the head of the family and then distributed among the, you know, the rest of the family. Whereas now, with mobile money, the money is sent directly to each person, and we've been, I think, in Africa, have benefited very much about that, and been able to kind of become independent, and also being able to use that to set up, you know, micro businesses.
If you could go back and give yourself some advice 7 years ago when you started Worldremit, what would it be?
Well, you know, when you start a business, it's about trying and making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. So I think that would not change. I think probably what we might have done, you know, when you're very short of resources, you kind of trying to do everything yourself. And I think probably building the team earlier on would have probably been something that I would have done.
Catherine, it's so amazing to talk to you today about Worldremit. If people want some more information on Worldremit, what's the best place they can find it?
To go to our website, or to come, they can also see our Facebook page and Twitter. We are on all the social media.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Catherine.